Are marijuana stocks still worth it? Hey guys, welcome back to Explore. Today we'll talk about if marijuana stocks are still worth it. Let's get into it. The current position. Canadian marijuana stocks have fallen from their February hikes after this year's meme stock frenzy, and bigger expectations of legalization in the US fueled a rush into the sector. That momentum of legalization continues to build in Washington. So, is any pot stock a good buy now? US marijuana stocks gave up early gains Wednesday after Democratic Sense. Chuck Schumer's, Ron Wyden, and Cory Booker announced the release of draft legislation that would decriminalize and deschedule cannabis. The legislation would also open up financial access to cannabis businesses. Meanwhile, in Canada, after some bigger producers said coronavirus-related restrictions hurt quarterly sales, Ontario is taking steps to reopen. But even without the pandemic, the industry's finances are, in many ways, still a mess. Profitability for most Canadian marijuana stocks has been hard to come by after the industry overexpanded. Entry into the US wouldn't be easy or even guaranteed. Below, we take a look at marijuana stocks chart patterns. IVD Live, a new tool for daily stock market analysis. Marijuana stocks fundamentals. IVD has mainly focused on the Canadian marijuana stocks, like Canopy Growth and Tilray, that trade on the US exchanges. Other stocks, like Innovative Industrial Properties, IIPR, and Akerna, KERN, are based in the US and trade on those exchanges, but don't sell cannabis directly. US-based operators that do grow and sell cannabis in legal states, like Curaleaf and the Green Thumb Industries, trade over the counter and in Canada. Investors should also look for stocks with strong fundamentals and that are breaking out of proper basis. IVD's research shows that of the marijuana stocks mentioned here, none are in basis. Only one is in a consolidation. Canopy Growth stock. Of all the pure-play US listed marijuana stocks, Canopy Growth stock is worth the most, with a market value of around $7.9 billion. In February, after the company reported fiscal third quarter results, CEO David Klein said Canopy could enter the US legal market for THC products during calendar 2021, provided legislation allowed it. Canopy has a deal in place to buy US cannabis operator Acreage Holdings and has a CBD business here as well. Canopy Growth stock has an 11 composite rating and a 17 EPS rating. Ayr Wellness. Ayr Wellness is something of a rarity among cannabis stocks. It's relatively inexpensive. Multi-state cannabis operators shares traded only 5 times sales, well below nearly every other pot stock on the market. Even better than its attractive valuation, though, is its growth. The company's sales soared 74% year over year and nearly 23% quarter over quarter in the first quarter of 2021 to $58.4 million. Ayr expects even more impressive growth in Q2. There's a good reason behind Ayr's optimism. The company recently closed on key acquisitions in Arizona, Florida, and Ohio. It should complete another acquisition in New Jersey this summer. Ayr business in its other markets of Arizona, Massachusetts, Nevada, and Pennsylvania also continues to grow at a strong pace. Over the long term, Ayr could become much bigger. CEO Jonathan Sandelman told my Motley Fool colleague Eric Volkman last month that Ayr loves the idea of setting up in neighboring states when possible. He also said that the company thinks that Florida has the potential to rival California if it legalizes recreational marijuana. Cresco Labs. Cresco Labs ranks as one of the biggest multi-state cannabis operators in the US. It's also one of the most attractively valued, with shares trading at a little over 4 times sales. The company reported revenue of $178.4 million in quarter 1, up nearly 169% year over year and almost 10% quarter over quarter. Cresco projects an annualized revenue run rate of more than $1 billion by the end of this year. 7 of the most 10 heavily populated states in the US has legalized medical and/or recreational cannabis, and Cresco operates in all of them. It's especially strong in California, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. Cresco's strategy is focused in large part on being the wholesale cannabis leader. That's been a smart approach in other markets, with wholesale delivering higher profits margins than retail. I think that Cresco is poised to become a much bigger winner than it already is, as it executes in this wholesale strategy in more markets. Jushi Holdings. Jushi Holdings stands out as another relative bargain among cannabis stocks. Its shares currently trade at 5.5 times sales. The company's revenue is growing so fast that Jushi didn't even provide a year-over-year comparison in its first quarter update. Instead, the company noted that sales soared 29% quarter-over-quarter to 41.7 million. Jushi's strong growth is primarily coming from two markets right now, Illinois and Pennsylvania. However, the company's recent and pending acquisitions in California, Massachusetts, Nevada, and Ohio should make those states more important to its business in the near future. Perhaps the most intriguing opportunity for Jushi, though, is in Virginia. The state's legal recreational cannabis market will open in 2024. Jushi already serves the medical cannabis market on the fast-growing northern part of the state, home to nearly 30% of its total population. The company appears to be in a great position to leverage its medical cannabis leadership position to also be a top player in Virginia's recreational market. Tilray stock. Tilray has merged with Aphria, so marijuana stocks analysts have questioned the move, as well as the company's positioning in the US. The stock has a composite rating of 34 and an EPS rating of 29. Tilray's market cap is around 8.2 billion. Marijuana industry ETFs. Amid the volatility in marijuana stocks, one way to avoid a stock-specific risk is via ETFs. The ETF MG Alternative Harvest ETF is one such opinion. The advisor shares Pure Cannabis, YOLO ETF. The advisory shares Pure Cannabis ETF and the Cambria Cannabis ETF are others. Are marijuana stocks buys right now? So, are marijuana stocks a good buy right now? Based on IBDS research, no. Known and currently in buy range. Ideally, IBDS research shows investors would be better served looking for stocks with better profitability ratings and that have moved into buy zones. Check out IBD stocks list and other IBD content to find dozens of the best stocks to buy or watch. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the two videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.